Well, peeps, life is not always fun and games on the road. This is Mark trying to fix our black tank. The whole handle pulled out, and he's trying to get the gate valve or whatever it's called open so we can drain the funness out of it. And then we have to change the whole gate valve. So we've been playing with that for the last 2 or 3 days. We did get to spend a couple nights in a hotel room, trying to get people and parts and stuff to work on it. And as you can see, we're working on it ourselves because it's about a month and a half out before anybody else can work on it. So this is him trying to figure it out himself. But good thing he's a handyman. We've talked to lots of people and gotten some insight on it, how it works and stuff. So here we are. Wish us luck. Hopefully it'll work. Thanks. Gotta love it.
Battery deader than shit.
Do you have another one?
No, I don't think so. I gotta charge it. Alright folks, here's what happened. This rod, you got your gray water, which is like shower in your sink tank, and then you've got your black water tank, which is your toilet, and then the back one is your kitchen sink. So the other day I was pulling this sewage one out for the black tank, and it just came right out of my hand. Well, I didn't really understand how this thing worked, but I do now. But under this undercarriage, because we have the Arctic package, it's completely enclosed with this stuff. Like what is that? A corrugated rigid plastic or some sort, I guess. And they got slots cut in it for this to go through, and then you pull. Well, I called people because when I saw this, I said, well, that's just that must be popping into some type of a sleeve, or not a sleeve, but like I don't know, some kind of indented spot for this thing to catch in, or did this have like some kind of rubber washer and I just pulled it right out, or did it disintegrate? I don't know. So I was trying to explain to people what I had, took pictures, sent it to them, and it's my luck. They've never seen anything like this in 20 years of being a mechanic on an RV. They said they've just never seen it. Usually they have like a little piece of wire that goes and pulls, and they said, oh yeah, just do this and reach in there and you can get that wire and you can pull this right out the way and flush your tank. I said, no, I don't have wire. I don't have that type. It's this. They're like, man, I don't know what to tell you. That's some crazy stuff. So when I was talking to a guy at an RV dealership, he said I could fix it, but you know, like the end of August. I'm like, good Lord, a month and a little bit, damn. I said, nah, I'm traveling. I said, I can't stay here that long. So I called this other guy that did me some good, a traveling guy over in Colorado, and he called me back, and last night about 2:30 in the morning, I came up with a brainstorm, which didn't work. But I didn't really know what this looked like. But I knew that this would go, you know, it went in here like that, and then you pull it open, you close it. Pull it open, close it. And over time, it just, boom, it just broke. So I got to thinking last night. I said, okay, so if this is this size, if I drill a little bit bigger hole and then, stop the drill and then put like a bigger bit, but just kind of push it in there good, I might be able to get enough meat to pull this thing out. Well, that didn't work. Tried 2 different drill bits, didn't work. So I had to take my Sawzall, which I was really, really kind of concerned about, because this big monster thing, working underneath this camper, there's about 15 wires running every which way. The retards that put this thing together, they got hoses, they got all kind of shit. You'll never get the old one out. There's just no way, because this whole contraption would have to come out from up there, and that's not going to happen. Not unless you take God only knows how much of this undercarriage out. So I took my Sawzall and I held my tongue just right, and I was able to cut this chunk off, thinking I could reach up in here to get a hold of this and pull it out, but that didn't work either. So I had to cut more. So anyway, to make a long story short, I cut this whole big chunk off of it, and then I was able to, well, what's crazy is I looked in there and I couldn't see this. It just looked like this wasn't there. I'm like, nah, that's in there. So anyway, I finally was able to get a little small skinny screwdriver and dig around and finally figured out where this thing was at. So when I pulled it out, and that's going to be to drain the tank, which we did, but there wasn't really anything in there. I thought there was more, but there wasn't. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I went and got a new one, right? See how that works? So you got your water comes in, your sewage comes in, bath water, whatever, and it hits this gate valve basically. So the water comes in and hits, it sits there 2 days, whatever it is, keeps backing up until your panel inside shows it full, and then you open it, and then you release it all into the sewer line, and it goes away. But what a person needs to do is you need to put some Vaseline on this every so often, because it gets hard, it gets kind of sticky. So so that's that. And then if you want to give me the camera, it's still a miracle that I didn't cut all kind of wires off, plumbing pipes. But there's that sucker right there, and you got to take 4 bolts off. Well, you can see 3. The other one's way up in behind it, and you got electrical wires, which I don't even know what they go to, but and you start cutting that kind of stuff, that's not good. So anyway,
lucky you didn't cut it when you cut the black thing out.
Yeah, that's right, because when I was cutting the black thing, hell, I cut right. I didn't know there was wires in there. I just got, one of my saving graces was I had a lot of this insulation that kind of protected it, thank God, because if it wasn't for that, I know I would have screwed something up. But you got all kind of stuff right there. I think that what they need to do with the engineers that design this stuff is say, okay, Bill, go get this design and put it in and let me know when you're done. Okay, now before we put this out in the market, how about you take that sucker out of there and replace it? Let's see how easy it is. Then you say, no, you put it right here. And that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to cut in a new one, just right off that union, just to give it some more strength. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're not going to hit and break it. If you do, who gives a damn? You can change it real easy. Can't change it up there. Now, this is for the gray water. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to pull it out when everything's said and done, and I'm not going to ever push it back in. I'm going to leave it open because it's going to break too. It's just a matter of time. I was like doing this a second time, I can tell you. All right, so we will give you a holler when we get this pipe cut and get ready to put the next one in, the new one, new location.